Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. Welcome to this episode of Am I the Asshole? Our first one is from Illustrious Son 9714. Am I the asshole for leaving my niece's wedding reception early and taking my gift back? I'm 45 male, and I have a niece who is 22 and just got married last weekend. The family is blowing up with drama right now because of what I and my wife did. I must preface this by saying my family can be pushovers. They really all hate conflict and will definitely let themselves be run over by someone else in order to not cause a fight. I am not this way. The wedding was on Saturday, Catholic ceremony in a church that was at 3:30 p.m. The reception area was at a brewery about 15 minutes from the church. The reception was set to start at 5. Maybe this was stupid on the venue people, but they wouldn't open the bar or bring around the appetizers until the bride and groom arrived. Service ended around 4:30 and everyone was told to go to the reception. The wedding party had a limo to take them, and a separate limo took the parents, grandparents, and siblings. The couple is young and decided against the family and the wedding party. It was 4 sorority sisters and fraternity brothers on each side. My wife and I drove. We got to the venue around 4:50 with the first family limo arriving around the same time. By 5, I'd say all 150 guests were there, but no bride and groom. The wedding coordinator was getting pissed, as it's now 5:45 and no wedding party. We're all just standing around with no food or drinks. Someone was able to get a hold of the maid of honor around this point, and apparently, the bride and groom told the limo driver to stop at a liquor store and then drive around on the highway for an hour so the wedding party could get trashed. At around 6, the maid of honor said they should be arriving in the next 20 minutes. My wife and I looked at each other and said, "We're out." We thought it was horribly disrespectful for them to do that to all their guests. I told my brother, father of the bride, that we're leaving and taking the gift with us. He tried to plead by saying, "They're just kids, let them have fun," but I was having none of it. A few days after, I got an apology text from niece, followed by an ask for the gift again. I said that I felt very disrespected and I didn't want to give a gift anymore. She snapped and called me an asshole. I don't think you're the asshole in this situation at all. I mean, they kept not just you, but all of the rest of their guests waiting so they could go and get trashed. The responsible and respectful thing to do would have been to actually show up instead of getting diverted like they did. This next one is by One Confused Man 99. Am I the asshole for telling my stepson he shouldn't have been surprised when his sister didn't invite him to her get-together? Hello, I've been married to my wife for 8 years. She has 2 kids, twins who I'll call Jane and John, 16 from a previous relationship. When the kids first moved in, it was a bit tense. They weren't fond of me and tried to avoid me. Over time, Jane warmed up to me and 2 years ago has started referring to me as Dad. John, however, has not warmed up to me, and I'm fine with that. I would love to have a closer relationship though. It's a bit of a struggle since I don't do or give what he wants. It's because I'm punishing him for not calling me Dad. If I try to talk or offer him something, it's because I'm trying to replace his father. I wish he'd see that's not the case, but I know that'll take some time. Jane calling me Dad has strained the twins' relationship. John does not refer to Jane as his twin sister, either as his half-sister or stepsister. When it comes to birthdays, their mother splits it into days, so both of them have a day for themselves. John does not want Jane around on his day. I know this hurts Jane. They weren't close as siblings, but they still had a relationship. Recently, Jane hosted a small get-together in our backyard. Some of the people invited also know John, but not as close with him as they are with Jane. John found out, and after it ended, argued with Jane about it. John was not invited because he has never accepted any invites his sister has given him, and when asked some questions, he has started to ignore her. Jane told him as such. John argued that some invited were his friends, so he should have been invited, but he never accepted the other time his friends were there. So I told John that he shouldn't have been surprised that he wasn't invited with how he has acted in the past. This made him more upset. I think I overstepped the line, but my wife and Jane are on my side. Am I the asshole? Little edit. I did have a talk with my wife. Her and Jane will go talk to John. Just them three. Maybe they can try family therapy again. Just them. John isn't a bad kid. He was kind with Jane and did put an effort into their relationship before Jane started calling me dad. They pretty much bonded over hating me when they first moved in, so I guess that set him off. This situation, while tricky, I still don't think you're the asshole. John can't be expected to like you or even call you dad, but he can't also really get butthurt if his sister chooses to do the same. The reason he treats her differently and everybody else, I don't know, I think that boils down to something with him rather than the whole family. And our final one is from Assistant Babes. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my friend's destination wedding? My 23 female friend, Sarah, 25 female, and I have been close since childhood. We've shared many memories and experiences, and I consider her like a sister. Recently, Sarah got engaged to her long-term partner, Mark, 28 male, and they began planning a destination wedding at a luxurious resort in a tropical paradise. When Sarah first announced the destination, I was excited for her and congratulated her wholeheartedly. However, as the wedding details unfolded, I realized attending the wedding would be a significant financial burden for me. The cost of travel, accommodation, and other expenses would eat into my savings and disrupt my budget for the foreseeable future. I work a stable job and can afford my everyday expenses comfortably, but splurging on an extravagant destination wedding just isn't feasible for me at this point in my life. Moreover, I have other financial goals, such as saving for a down payment on a house, that I need to prioritize. When Sarah asked if I would be attending, I expressed my genuine happiness for her, but explained my financial constraints and regretfully declined. I assured her that I would be there in spirit and would celebrate with them during the reception back home. Sarah didn't take my refusal well and accused me of not caring enough about our friendship to make an effort. She argued that if I truly valued our friendship, I would find a way to be present on her special day. She pointed out that other friends were making sacrifices to attend, and it hurt her that I wasn't doing the same. I tried to explain my position, emphasizing that it wasn't about not caring, but rather about being responsible with my finances. However, Sarah remained upset and distant, making me feel like a terrible friend. Now I'm conflicted, wondering if I made the right decision. I don't want to lose our friendship, but I also don't want to put myself in a difficult financial situation for a one-day event. Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to attend my friend's destination wedding? I feel like the only asshole in this situation is your friend because she's being very selfish, especially based on the fact that you're trying to be financially responsible and she just doesn't seem to get that. I'm hoping she gets over herself and realizes just how selfish she's being, but I don't know. You're still not the asshole. Alright, that's enough stories for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Am I the Asshole? If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, Have a great day and stay safe out there.